think that it's important to be conscious of your image and how you come across. It's very, very important, especially where in today's age everyone's getting snapped left, right and centre, and you've got all social media that follows you around and all that sort of thing. We need to be aware of how we're coming across and make sure that we are coming across the way we really want to. For your personal pitch, whether it's, what do you do, or whether it's for a specific product that you're trying to sell, I think you've got to have that nailed. So you need to be practicing, and a lot, and ideally in front of a camera, filming yourself and then replaying it. And it sounds a bit strange and almost cringy, and you think, oh, I don't want to do that. But actually, that is what's going to really, really give you the edge in understanding yourself and how you're coming across. You might be doing things with your hands that are a little bit distracting, or perhaps touching your hair, or all these little things that you won't really pick up unless you see yourself looking at yourself, if you know what I mean. Nobody knows you the way that you do. So I fish out that essence and I bring those messages to the front, whether it's verbally or in a written form, but I'm a vehicle to bring that out and into the world. I think if you practice and you break the ice and you get used to being in front of the camera and you get used to doing your 30-second pitch, and it becomes second nature to you, then you will inevitably become more confident, and confidence is never a bad thing. Never. So Elliot, what are the most important tools in digital marketing?
Well, it's really about what tools you use at what point in the buying cycle of the customer that you're trying to entice. So we find that it's definitely a place for search marketing, search engine optimization. At the top of the funnel, it's really good to connect with your customers using search marketing. Social media works very well. And of course, your website ultimately is the most important tool that sits in the middle of the process, and it's the job the website to convert the customer to convert the prospect into a customer.
And how important is it kind of for the average person out there to understand everything that you're talking about? Because you're obviously an expert in your field, but most people aren't really, a lot of people aren't even going to know what actually goes into search engine optimization. So how important is it for the average person?
Well, the great thing about the development of these technologies is that nowadays they're relatively low cost, they're quite easy to use. The most important thing is that you have a really good grasp of what your business is about, what customers you're trying to target, what your messages are, and then you can use things like social media to target those specific customers. It's important that they understand what they can achieve with digital marketing, and then it's important they connect with the right expert to help them to achieve their goals.
And what trends are you seeing now in digital marketing?
Well, we're seeing a significant trend towards marketing automation. So this is setting up tools to do more of the work automatically in the background.
So what advice can you give SME businesses out there?
So for someone who really wants to start to use the power of digital marketing, I would highly recommend you engage with a specialist who can help you with a small amount of consultancy set up a strategy and the right type of training to help you to start to run more of this stuff yourself in-house.
So does all this stuff work?
Absolutely it works. If you set up the right strategy and use the right tools and obviously have the right support, it can work wonders for your business.
Oh, it sounds really good.
Absolutely. My agency Mint Twist and our partner agency Silver Foxes work together to help clients to create a strategy quickly up and running, and then we provide them targeted, personalised training to help them make sure that the strategy is running and it's delivering results.
I think it's incredibly difficult for lots and lots of businesses to actually match business goals with activity in digital activity, because basically there are two sets of people. There are the people at, let's say, the top of the business who understand they want to increase their revenue, they want to increase their customer base, and then there are people with the digital marketing area who are looking at numbers of Facebook friends and number of people who are coming through in terms of traffic and that sort of thing. And that line is a very difficult one that has to be drawn, but it's one that has to be drawn. Companies who are stock exchange level companies have got teams of people working on this and they haven't got it right. But there is a relevance in relation to digital marketing and increased customers, increased revenue, increased return on investment. You've just got to actually work that line. There are simple ways in which you can draw that line, and you can test it one way or the other. It's not pure science, and nobody is going to say it's a pure science, but it's a science that is going to get far more articulate as time goes on, because let's face it, every company, small or large, is investing in digital marketing. Silver Foxes, for example, are actually applying it, but they're applying it in a very, very small way. They're just saying, here's your objective, here's what we're doing, let's draw the line. In a larger company, where you've got a massive number of lines going between one thing and the other, it becomes a lot more complex.
By far, the biggest mistake that people make when communicating is not listening properly. They might be listening on a basic level and filtering things through their system, but they aren't actively listening. They aren't, rephrasing what someone said. They might not be empathetically listening. There's a lot actually that goes into being a very good listener and therefore a very good communicator. So number one thing that people get wrong is actually not the talking, it's the listening.
This whole idea about having 2 ears and 1 mouth.
You got it. So the number one tip is to get a very, very good understanding of how you communicate and how you come across. And the best way to do that is actually what we do now. So being filmed, and then to replay that and watch it as if you're an outsider looking at yourself. And then notice what you do. Does your tone of voice change? Is it pleasant? Are you speaking loudly enough, clearly enough? Are you fidgeting? Are you not fidgeting? Are you interesting? All those sorts of things. And you will find that you actually pick up little things that actually, if you tweak those, it can make a huge difference in the way you communicate, and therefore the success that you achieve in your life.